Doug Ingram, what a privilege and a pleasure to speak to you all the way from Denver, Colorado. Nice to talk to you, Doug. The reason why I'm talking to you is there are two whys that I'd like to get from you. First of all, you got involved with Frankie's Learn to Swim program. That's the first why. I mean, if you've been coaching Olympic standard swimmers all your life, why would you ever get involved with Learn to Swim? And the second why is, if you can teach everybody in America to swim, why would you ever fly 19 hours and come and do the same in South Africa? So let's get to the first why. Doug, why did you get involved with Frankie's Learn to Swim program?
Oh, well, first of all, Tace, thank you so much for the opportunity to talk to you. I'm very pleased and honored to do so. Yeah, obviously you don't start coaching Olympic level. You start at a lower level. And back in the 70s, when I was coaching in Texas, Tom Frankel and Tom came out to us. He had been recommended to our program. And he came out to visit and be a visiting coach. And we struck a very good friendship at that point in time. And then he had a methodology in his Learn to Swim, which he showed me. And I was so impressed that I not only adopted it for that program, but for every program that I was involved in the rest of my coaching career. And, again, if you're going to be an Olympic swimmer, you have to start somewhere, and Learn to Swim is where it begins. And so really key that we don't forget our roots and don't forget the fact that we all have to learn at some point and learn properly.
Okay, for someone who's stood on the summit of Mount Everest, it's nice to hear that you always go back to your roots and where it all started. I mean, nobody starts at the pinnacle of Everest. They start, well, way before base camp. So that's good to hear. Even Olympic swimmers like Michael Phelps had to learn to swim at one stage. And when we spoke earlier today on another call, because we've got a whole team now around this Midmar's 50th celebration, where we're gonna do some amazing stuff built around swimming and Learn to Swim program and supporting the Friends of Swimmers. But one thing that also came out is your passion for swimming and your passion for not just learning to swim, but water safety.
Yeah, I mean, it's really tragic how many people, especially under the age of 5, and especially in underserved communities, it's the leading cause of death for that age group, under 5 and in the underserved communities. And it's just sad. And there's so much water on this planet that everybody needs to learn how to swim. And so, again, my passion has been sparked and kindled way back in my early career, but it's continued all the way through. That the more people we teach to swim, the further our reach is, the more we spread this particular methodology of Frankie Frog, the better we're going to be as a planet as a whole.
That's incredibly important. I see swimming, I mean, for me these days, swimming is therapy, and I save a lot of money on psychologists and going to therapists. To my brain, when my head's submerged in water, I get healed from all the stresses and worries. So swimming to me is a necessary life skill, and if you can prevent one drowning, I think that says it all. Doug, as I asked you earlier on, South Africa is a pretty long way away from home. Why would you come to South Africa? Thank goodness you're coming out here, but tell us why you're coming out, and then what will you be doing when you're in South Africa?
Well, 50 years ago, not 50, probably 45, I made a commitment to Tom Frankel that I would come to South Africa. And I've had many swimmers that I coached over the years from South Africa that came to America when I was coaching at university, because they could combine their swimming with their studies. Again, many of them, I think I've told you on the phone before, and you can recognize their names. So it's always had a place in my heart to want to get to South Africa. It's just unfortunate it took so long for it to happen, but I'm very excited now that I'll have a chance to go out there. And again, this is a worldwide, Frankie Frog is a worldwide movement. And the further we can spread it to every continent on the planet, the better off we are.
Well, we're super excited that it only took 45 years to come out to South Africa. I can guarantee you, when you dip your toes in the Atlantic or the Indian Ocean, it won't take 45 years for you to return. And there's an event planned, and we'll put the dates on this video a bit later. But you're going to be at the 50th celebration of the Midmar Mile, but then you're coming to Cape Town, and you're going to be hosting a dinner where you'll be talking on your experience and how it relates to swimming and learning to swim.
Oh, absolutely. And it'll also be structured around my climbing. As you said, water is your therapy. Well, the mountains are my therapy. And and back to the why. I mean, when you're on the summit ridge of Everest and it's about 60 degrees below 0°C with on the wind chill factor, if you don't know why you're there, you're not going to make the top. And that's the reason that everybody needs to know the why of what they're doing. And the why here is to save as many lives as possible.
That's incredible. Well, we at least share one summit. I've been on top of Kilimanjaro, and I know you've done 6 of the higher. You've tried all 7. You've summited 6. I want to put a challenge out there. When you're down in Cape Town, we've got to at least summit Table Mountain and Lion's Head.
No, absolutely. In fact, I want to do all 5 that surround the bowl there.
Well, I hope to join you on some of them. I don't think my legs will last through all of them, but Doug, I'm super excited to meet you in person. It's been a real privilege and honor to share the phone calls with you and now our first Zoom call. And I can't wait to look you in the eyes and raise a glass of fine South African wines to welcome you to South Africa and to make a massive impact on this Learn to Swim program and teach kids to swim and prevent drownings and water safety. Can't wait to have you here.
Well, thank you, Tace. And it is absolutely my pleasure for all of our team to get to see them face to face instead of on phone calls and Zoom calls.
Can't wait. Remember to pack your hiking boots and see you soon.
Not to worry. Take care, my man.
Hi, I'm Frankie. Thank you for supporting Team Frankie and the Friends of Swimmers Trust.